Derivatives of base functions. Let's start off with the one that we use the most. Is going to be the power function, or polynomial, when you have a whole bunch of them together. But the power function is y is equal to any constant times the variable to the power of another constant. Okay, of some values, any real numbers. The derivative dy by dx of this function. Interesting that we say this function. We have to know what y is to say this. Is going to be a n times x to the n minus 1. So there's a nicer way of writing this. Okay, so if we know what a and n are, which we should, when we know the power function, all we have to do is multiply that n times a and take 1 minus the n upstairs. And that's the derivative. That's what the derivative is equal to. The way it's going to be written to you on your formula sheets will be like this. D by dx of ax to the power of n, because that's y. See, I'm just removing the y here. I'm substituting this y into here, is equal to a n x to the power of n minus 1. So that's the power function. Let's try some trig functions. So d by dx of sine, that's 1, is equal to cosine. The derivative of sine is equal to cosine. The derivative of cosine is equal to negative sine. And the derivative of tangent is equal to 1 over cosine squared. Those will be the trig functions that we'll be doing in class. Lastly are going to be the exponentials. Exponentials and logarithms. The derivative of an exponential, you can see here, is different than a power function because here the variable is in the exponent, whereas the number is in the base. Whereas in a power function, the variable is in the base and the number is in the exponent. And they make drastically differences in the way the function looks and behaves. So these are called exponential functions and these are called power functions or polynomials. The derivative of an exponential function is equal to an exponential function times some constant. The derivative of a polynomial with base a is equal to 1 over x, ln of the base. And those are the derivatives of our base functions.